is a keyboard instrument. There's one set of pipes. Pipes are very short, and instead of having like a tin whistle or anything, it has a reed beating against a brass tube. And I can take this out and take one out to show you. Here is the brass tube and the tongue, and if I suck the air through on this, so it's vacuum, I can get it to sound. The origins of the Regal, I think reed pipes like this came into being around the early 1500s. There are many organs on the continent that still have very old reed stops that are still functioning to this day. I can only think of one woodcut showing Paul Hofheimer sitting at the head of a choir with a Regal in which the individual pipes were shaped rather like a sort of upside down pear, and it was a bit bigger than this. It seems to have been used a lot to regulate singing in church. I acquired it. It was sitting in the early music shop in Bradford for about 10 years, and they decided to get rid of it. And it was at an affordable price. So I got it over to Ireland and put it together. And it's the only one in Ireland. So on the rare occasions that it's required in, for instance, Monteverdi's Orfeo, I think it is, in the underworld, the sound of the Regal is to convey the dark and mysterious underworld. While this instrument is operated by a small electric fan underneath the table, the original Regal is always, it always has two multifold bellows at the back with an assistant who raises each one in turn and lets it drop under its own weight. The compass, normally there would have been, like so many instruments of the day, 45 notes with what's called a short octave in the bass, and it would extend up to C, a total of 45 notes. Very occasionally instruments have sub-semitones on D sharp, E flat, and A flat, G sharp. This is to allow a pure tuning depending on the keys of pieces. At present it's tuned in a modified mean tone. I've tried tuning it in absolutely strict quarter comma mean tone, and because of the tendency, and indeed this happens in large organs as well, of notes to pull each other in and out of tune, I've modified the temperament slightly here so that there are good thirds but not necessarily absolutely pure thirds. Mean tone tends to make the rather abrasive sound of these short reed pipes more harmonious, and also the period in which this was a normal instrument, if you want to call that, from what, 1500s to about 1680s, maybe a little bit later, when it lingered. So you'd be strictly in the mean tone as a way of life rather than even unequal or equal temperament. As you heard, the sound is like a consort of crumhorns. To many people, they would say it's snarls.